Hello everyone, this is Johnny the Orange, and today I am playing the commander Vercingetorix in patch 15. So far I haven't played too many games with this new commander, but from what I have experienced with him, apart from the first four games, I got rolled like a motherfucker. I was useless as shit. The problem being, is I leveled Scorched Earth up to tier 10 straight away, and didn't level any of my other abilities. And while I think Scorched Earth is your second most important ability, I think Defiance is the main ability. It's your bread and butter. You need that shit. So once I had played a few games, I did my dailies for 2 days, and then I leveled up Defiance. I think it got to like tier 4 or 5. Man, this commander got so much better. And the reason being is, it's like fucking all those last abilities, Fear, Vengeance, Oath. It's your real bread and butter ability, and then the others are just supporting abilities. One thing I do struggle with when playing barbarians in general is their lack of versatility, which is still the case. I don't enjoy the light cav at all, and they don't have any medium infantry, they don't have any archers or slingers, so it's just fucking boring in some ways to me. But I have really enjoyed this new commander's ability called Scorched Earth. And the reason I did level it up to tier 10 straight away is I wanted to see if they had nerfed it from their previous video, when Scorched Earth was fucking ridiculous. Now, I use Scorched Earth a lot in this video here, but I don't use it when I should, which I'm starting to notice now when I go over my videos. That's why I think having a replay function in this game would be a great advantage to all players, because I learn a lot more watching myself play than I do actually fucking playing the game. Like in game, I'm thinking, oh, that Scorched Earth was amazing, but I'm watching it now, that did fuck all, mate. But luckily the enemy did run through it for a while. But really, Scorched Earth you need to use when units are stationary, or there's heavies, etc., or you need to block off a path. Because a lot of people now, just who have figured it out, just ignore Scorched Earth altogether. Run through that shit, does nothing. It's when you stay stationary in it, and the animation is so threatening, people think it does more than it actually does. It's like coals, you know, you can just walk over them. But it's when you see the coals, you imagine that you can't, and that's where you freak out and then you panic. But really, you can walk over the coals. As long as you keep moving, you'll make it to the other side. Now, luckily we have found some medium infantry in the forest area, and this guy has no threats in the forest area. Even versing other light infantry, you will most likely win. I've had close matches because I'm facing maybe a tier 10 Oath or something, but you still win. Once you get Defiance up to a decent level, tier 4 or 5, there is no competition for you. Unless you're outnumbered, then you might struggle, depending on how badly outnumbered you are, but 1 vs 1 situations, you're going to win. Even versus pikes. Cyan can be a struggle if you find yourself in a small gap and they have pikes up the front and archers in the back. That can be a bit of a struggle, but overall you win. Now, his first ability is a good filler, I find, for once your Defiance wears off. So if you go into combat and then pop your consumables and then Defiance, you're doing a shit ton of damage. The problem is, it doesn't last forever. So if you're facing a Scipio and he's popped Oath, and then your Defiance wears off, you're not doing that much damage. But then you can pop your first ability and 2 more consumables, and you will start doing damage again. And on a side note, a random tip for melee players, just go with medium infantry now. Just don't go into the forest areas. You still just kick fucking ass, and once the barbarians do come out, even if it is this commander, once they come out of the forest area, if you get that good charge in, you're going to fuck them up. Unfortunately, this might not be the case if they have a tier 10 Defiance, and then Who knows, I have not faced a tier 10 Defiance yet, they might just fucking annihilate you. So sorry, cunt, if you play a higher tier game and get tier 10 Defiance and you lose, well, fuck. That's some bad luck, dude. Now, if you're wondering how well this commander does outside of the forest, there's some issues still. I do like the tier 7 ones on this commander, those chicks, because they have that wing clip. I'm just calling it wing clip. So when Cav does charge you, you can get revenge by reducing their speed and killing a bunch of them. I find that really useful, but I'm pretty sure the tier 8 ones are always going to be just too fucking good to pass up. This commander with shield bash would be fucking amazing, but this commander with medium infantry would be fucking broken. But anyways, how good does this guy do in the open? He can trade pretty damn well, as long as you aren't getting rained on by arrows. That's his weakness in the open, is he is going to get shot. So that's why I can't wait until the barbarians do have their own range to kind of counter that. But at the moment, if you go into the open and there is no range, you're going to fucking own people. It's the archers that fuck you up, and here's what I mean by that. So my plan was to go up and scorched earth him and then pile on him, because to run all the way around to get to this archer unit is going to take too much time, and by then he's blowing me up. But unfortunately, scorched earth doesn't do insane damage. It does decent damage. It's good in some scenarios, not so much this scenario. I will find the game. I'll go search through all the games I've played and find one where scorched earth has done a decent job, because it has happened. Some games that ability is amazing, but in this game I just use it fucking wrong. So I scorched earth there, and you would think that would be brilliant. Nah, not that fucking great. Look at it. I could have just ran around and killed them all, but now I can't. Mainly because my ally's in there, I guess, but you know, it's just fucking, it's just, because it's ticking, it's siege equipment, there's only like 10-20 guys, right? And since it's only ticking 8 damage at a time per guy, scorched earth does amazingly fuck all to siege equipment. It does destroy siege equipment though, which could be very fucking handy. And this is something they will have to fix. If you just watch that, this is something they do have to fix once they go into open beta. They say they're going to make big changes. Make it so I can click on the fucking unit on the cliff and they attack that unit on the cliff. Because half the time they fucking don't. They fuck around a lot. I should have been paying more attention though. I let that one unit just get blasted by archers way too long. But you know, at the end there, when I clicked on that fucking unit, my guys charged towards them and then ran backwards. Where the fuck are they going? And this is what happens when you lay checkpoints for your units as well. I'll lay this path for them, and then for some reason they'll get to a certain point and just stop. They won't continue along that path sometimes. So if I click like 4 turns, they'll get up to the second turn and just go, nah, I need orders again, for no fucking reason. Now the rest of the game, not much happens. I just run into combat to get those extra points, use my pylons to get those extra points. But that is one thing to point out. If you run into a blob of heavy infantry and they don't have any range support, let them pylon trade with them. If they pylon you, just pylon them back. If they start advancing towards you, put your scorched earth right in their path and keep piling. It'll do a fuck ton of damage. You can almost wipe out a unit with that. And they don't have as many pylons as you, so eventually they will have to advance towards you, which is where you get that scorched earth damage. I could have done that in this scenario, but they're pretty low. I'll just chuck some more pylons. Easy enough to do. And then me and this unit just trade. Not much else happens. I trade with this cunt. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry for the short video. I've just been fucking working a lot, but the next week I should be able to play some fucking arena. And until next time, enjoy your gaming.